Well, good morning, David, from across the country. I'm in Vermont and you're in Arizona. We met in New Jersey. But I really appreciate you taking the time today to talk about the work that we did several years ago and how it's impacted what you're doing today. And some of what you're doing today, as we spoke offline, you can say it online here, is some really interesting stuff. So let's just start at the beginning. How and when did you and I first connect?
I, at the time, had spent 14 years in the finance business. I'm a marketer, came in on the marketing side, became a trader, and there was a huge shakeup, and most of our division, except for the guy that started it, were let go. Surprise meeting, we were let go. And after 14 years, I was kind of thrown into, well, really uncertainty
Sure.
and kind of not understanding exactly what path to get on and how to do it. So, as part of that, I became aware of a job fair, I believe it was in Fairfield, New Jersey, not too
Hmm.
far away from where I lived in Montclair at the time. And I went there, and I believe that's where we met, and that was about 7 years ago.
Clearly. So when we started the program, what work did you and I complete? And then how did it impact what your next career move
Sure.
was?
Sure. And one of the things you've got to realize is you called me after us not being in touch for so long, and I picked up the phone immediately because of the impact of what you did. And it was really interesting because it might be a little different than perhaps the impact of other people. Um, so you took me through your comprehensive, extensive, and very well thought out career development process. And that was great because it gave me a foothold. It gave me something to hang on to with the uncertainty. And as we went through it, what I found it did is it really got my mind focused on what I really wanted to do,
Hmm.
not what I thought I wanted to do or should do, or it just got me focused on this is what I want to do. And so it did that through sorting out, going through the process and sorting out my thoughts, looking at my experience, looking at how I want to take that experience and what I want to do. It was the perfect fresh start that I needed at the time. So what it did for me was it coalesced my kind of heart's desire. And what I realized I wanted to do was start a CBD and cosmetic business to help people with, health problems that they may have.
Right.
And I started my company, Carpe Futurum Labs. I brought on two partners. We were selling to 736, uh, a unique product to 736 coffee shops in New Jersey. That was our market that we were selling to. We had six customers, and I had 11 salespeople on March 11th of whatever year that was. Was it 2019? And on March 12th of 2019, I had zero salespeople because that was COVID.
It was
So,
2020, but 2020,
oh,
but
was it
yes, I
2020?
understand.
Was it
Yeah.
2020? Okay, so that
Yes.
was 2020. So it was March of 2020. Um, and uh, and as I had my business, which just died overnight, my other business, which I had been part of since 2014, but it was dormant because it's a small aerospace company, started to take off. So the transition between the two and the move from New Jersey to Arizona
Hmm.
really worked out well. And now I'm a co-founder and chief marketing officer of Rocket Star.
Talk a little bit about what you're currently doing and from an aerospace standpoint, what does it mean for the marketplace?
I'm currently chief marketing officer and co-founder of Rocket Star Inc. Rocketstar.nyc. We're a New York-based company. That's where our headquarters is. It's in the Chrysler Building. Our engineering is down in Florida, and I moved to Arizona because I can do my job from anywhere. We are the first company in the history of civilization to create a fusion source of energy, which is an in-space fusion drive for satellites. We
Mhm.
developed a patented aerospike engine, which propels rockets to launch satellites. and we've got a suite of high in demand digital signal processing software that the government and the military have shown particular interest in. So we're forming a nice little niche. We have valuation that went from 5 million and then after fusion to 55 million. And it's just great. It's my dream.
And I again can't help but congratulate you more than enough. And how did the work that we did back in 2017, and I'm pun intended here, rocket launch you into what you're doing
Yeah.
right now?
Well, as I said, it coalesced my heart's desire and made me realize, okay, this is what I want to do. I'm going to give it everything I have. I don't want to do anything else. So it went from, I'm going to use you to go find a job somewhere, right? We were working on
Right,
my resume to
right.
my job's inside my heart, and I'm going to take it out of my heart and make it real. And so it put me on a path to fulfillment. I've enjoyed some prosperity since then, the ability to move here, set up a great life in Arizona, and be able to travel and have just a great life. So it was definitely a cog in that wheel and one that I am very grateful for.
It's one of the things that warms my heart every time I have a conversation like this. I've met some incredibly accomplished people doing this work, and to understand that I had some level of catalyst toward whatever the next phase of someone's career is, and when it blossoms like what you've just described, it's even more so rewarding, I guess is the right way to say it. So for people who may be seeing this video, what thoughts or recommendations might you have for them in terms of the program, how it might impact them, et cetera?
If you have an inkling, just a little thing in your mind going, well, I could really use some help on the next stage of my life professionally, go to Bill Amaral. You will not regret it. In fact, you will be as grateful as I am, and I'm sure his other clients have been. Like, don't even hesitate, just do it. It's fabulous, and it will give you what you need.
Much appreciated. Again, the reconnection here was something that I thought about calling you. I said we worked so long ago, and I said, no, I gotta pick up the phone and see what David is up to. And I'm thrilled to hear, and would love to continue to hear any progress. And when things from a PR standpoint get to the point where your technology, from a fusion-based standpoint, which is incredible stuff, becomes more expanded and commercially viable than just what it's doing up, in the spacecrafts that you're describing in the satellite launches and everything else. But either way, just want to say congratulations. Appreciate you taking the time this afternoon to actually morning your time, but afternoon mine to go through this. And I will certainly be in touch again.
Okay, Bill, take care. Happy to do it.
Great, you got it.